everyone and welcome back to the channel. So this video is about Sonarqube tutorials for beginners. So what exactly is Sonarqube? Sonarqube is basically a tool which is used for code quality check and to generate a report on the same about a source code that we are having in a repository. So what it does, basically it will do a proper scan on the source code that we have and figure out how many bugs are there, how many code smell, vulnerabilities, technical debt, and all those things. So this information it will figure it out and generate a report. So using that report we can fix those things like remove the bugs, then like make the code quality better and like that. So in this video, the agenda of the video will be, we will start from beginning, we'll start from scratch. So I will start from like setting up Sonarqube using Docker in an Ubuntu machine. Then we'll be configuring Sonarqube to use inside the CI/CD actions pipeline. Then we'll be generating reports. Then I'll be showing you how to install plugins from backend, how to generate reports and everything. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so we'll be installing Docker on a Ubuntu machine, okay, which is a different flavor of Linux. So we'll be using Docker for installing Sonarqube, which is the easiest method. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to go on this site, Docker Hub. You can click on the first link, hub.docker.com. So this is basically a repository for different Docker images. So what we will do, we will type here Sonarqube, search, and the first one says Docker official image, so we will click on it and open this. Now my suggestion always be is that we should go for LTS version. So I will install this specific version using Docker command. And no worries if you don't know the Docker command, in future we will be covering the Docker tutorials as well. And as of now, I will just write the command and explain to you what the command does. So we will open our Ubuntu machine and write the command as docker run -d, then name is Sonarqube local and port will be 9000, then Sonarqube image will be Sonarqube : the specific. Yeah, now to explain you about this command, what it does. So first command is docker run, which implies that this specific image will be used for creating a container and then container will be started. Then we have -d, which refers to detached mode, means the running of the container will be happening in background. Then we have name tag, which implies that the name of the container will be Sonarqube -local. Then we have -p, which refers to port. So you can see there are two ports, which is one is host port, another is container port. Host port refers like wherever we are going to access the Sonarqube, for example at browser. So it will be available at 9000 port. Then we have Sonarqube : the LTS - community. So first part of this colon is the image name and second part is the tag. Specific tag defines specific version of the image. So once right after we have written the command, we can press enter. Okay, now simply it created container. Just to check if we can see the container, we will run the command as docker ps. Docker ps command is used to see running containers. We will press enter and you can see information is there, container ID with image name. At the end you will see names in which it shows Sonarqube local. That means this is the image, this is the container that we have created just now. Now what we will do next is try to access this Sonarqube in browser. So for that we will be requiring the IP address of the VM that we are using. And as I said, the Sonarqube is installed at 9000 port. So we'll click enter. Now you can see it says Sonarqube is starting. So this is the first time and this might take some time. Yeah, this is done. Now you need to provide the username and password. So by default the username and password will be admin. So we will type that. Later it will ask you to change it. So initially we will just type admin, click login, and now you can see it is asking to create a new password. So again we will type the old password. New password will be this. Confirm that. Click update. The password has been updated. Now coming to Sonarqube front page. So this is the UI that you'll be seeing after installation of Sonarqube is completed. So what I will do, I will go through different options to explain you what each option is for. Okay. So one of the main option, which is administration, which you can say as settings also. This is the main part of the Sonarqube where you can access like plugins and manage configurations, users and everything, and like background task and everything. So inside administration, where we will go to marketplace first. So if you scroll down, you can see there are 3 options, all installed and updates only. This is the section where we can install new plugins, new rules and everything else. And as you can see, there is like no install button available. This is because we are using a Docker version, so and we have not like completely set it up, so it won't be there. But I will show you how to manually install a plugin. That also I will show you in this video. So if you need to install any plugin, you can search it here and you can install it from here. Next we have system. System is like a page where it will give you information about the version and server ID and all those things. Okay, and here this green icon you might be seeing that refers to the current health status of the system. Okay, next we have project. So if I expand it, you will see 2 options. Second one is background task, which is one of the important options. So every time we are running an analysis, you can see the current status of the analysis here. Okay, so in background task you can actually see the current status of the analysis, and if the analysis fails, then on the right side you will see like error is there or something. Okay, next we have security. So security is the place where all the users will be added, different permissions will be defined. So if I click on users, you can see as of now just one user is there, which is admin, and who has like who is added into these 2 different groups, administrator and users. Same also like groups, global permission template. These are like used for providing different kind of access. Then we have configuration. If I go to general settings, here you will find different general settings like email prefix. So this is required when you want to send like notification mail from Sonarqube, so you can configure this part. Then we have other things also, Jacoco, language and everything. So this can be explored. Like for example, this language section, it can be used to like when we think about when you are running an analysis, how does Sonarqube know that which specific language is there or which specific rules I need to use for security analysis. So for that, it's like suffix are defined. Based on that, it works. Okay, now let's talk about how exactly Sonarqube does the analysis. So for that, there are different rules, set of rules for each programming language. For example, Java, HTML, CSS, TypeScript, Python. So for each language, there are certain rules which Sonarqube follows, and based on those rules, it will like figure out the bugs, vulnerabilities and everything that is in a source code. So for that, you can see on the screen, there is one section known as quality profiles. If I go there, you can see there are different languages, and for each language there is a profile created with Sonarqube built in. So for example, if I go to Java profile, and you can see it says number of rules is 452. If I click on it to open it and click on active rules, you can see all the rules here. And these rules are like quite simple. If you go through them, you will actually understand how a specific rule is being used. For example, it says equal circle bracket should not be used to test values of atomic classes. Then equal to plus should not be used instead of plus equal to. So these kind of rules are used. And for example, also, if I go back here, you can see total active rules is 452, but inactive is 187. And here, since the quality profile is built in, so we cannot edit it. So what we'll do in case we want to use more rules, so what we'll do, we'll create a like we'll create a copy, or you can say we will extend the rules. So here we will click on copy. Here we will provide the name as Sonarqube custom and copy. Now you can see here this activate more option is enabled, and if you want to add more rules, here these are the 187 extra rules that were not activated earlier. So if you want to use them, we can activate them. We can activate them one by one, or we can activate them in bulk change. Okay, so for now I'll just leave it as it is. Now you can see, now you got to know like how different quality profiles are there and how they are used. Also you are seeing all the different languages, but let me tell you, if you want to install a quality profile for a specific language, again we will go to administration and marketplace, and here we will search, like for example we want to install for Python, we need to search here, but by default it is already installed, so it might not be visible as of now, but like different languages profiles will be installed by installing the plugins. Okay, so next thing in Sonarqube we have quality gates. So if I click on it, this is basically different conditions, or you could say parameters. So these are the things that decide if like code quality is okay or not. For example, if code coverage is 80%, then it's like passed and everything. So similar kind of things are available for different conditions, different metrics. So this is a section where you can like create different parameters and different thresholds on which will be the conditions, or you could say which will be the basic conditions on which is passed, then only the code quality is complete. Yeah, so next what we will do, we will be creating pipelines, and I'll be using GitHub CI/CD actions for performing the Sonarqube analysis and generating report. Side by side, different errors I will also be showing, so that you can understand what kind of errors may come while performing Sonarqube analysis. I will show you how to generate report, how to install a plugin in Sonarqube from backend. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so we are in our GitHub repository, which is pet clinic repository, and I will go to develop branch. Okay, so in case you don't know how to use GitHub CI/CD actions, then you can watch my previous video. Meanwhile, we will open this folder, and this is the YAML file. So we will configure it to perform Sonarqube analysis. As of now, only one command is there, which is maven package to build the application. Now let's assume that we do not know how to write the CI/CD pipeline for Sonarqube stage. So what I will do, I will just go to Google, search as GitHub CI/CD Sonar, and if I scroll down, there is this one option. Where is it? Yeah, this one, Sonarqube scan actions. So we will open it, and here complete stage will be available for us. So what we'll do, we'll copy this path, go to our GitHub repository actions. Here I have pasted it. So make sure we need to keep everything like yeah, this giving error. Yes, now it is correct. Now you might be seeing here there are two variables that being used, two kind of secrets. So what I have done, I can open the settings section in new page, go here, and here we have secrets. If I open the actions, here you will see different secrets. Okay, so we have more important secrets are Sonarqube host and Sonarqube token. So what I will do, I will just delete them as of now. I will create a new one to show you from where exactly I am creating and why it's required. Okay, now coming to the our YAML place. So here two things we need to create. One is Sonarqube host, one is Sonarqube token. So Sonarqube host basically refers to the URL of Sonarqube, and Sonarqube token refers to the token that will be generated inside Sonarqube, which will be used for authentication. So what we will do, we will create both the secrets, copy this, go to secrets, click on new repository secret, paste here. Here we need to provide the URL. So currently I'm using a URL as this one, so I will copy it, paste it on the value of the secret, and simply click on save. One thing, then another, we need to add tokens. So again we will open this, copy the Sonarqube token thing and paste it on the name section. Here we need to generate a token. So for generating token, what we need to do, we need to go inside Sonarqube, go to security, users, and here you can see there is one section known as tokens. So here the current value is 0. We will click here, provide a name, let's say name is Sonar, click on generate, click on copy, and we will paste it in here, click on add secret. Now the authentication has been done through the URL and token. So what we will do, I will just click on submit and let's see how it builds. It will give some sort of error, but I will show you how to fix that error and then how we can proceed further. So open the workflow, it is starting the job, and just to inform you, I'm using a public runner for running the job. I'm not using like a self-hosted runner, so I'm just using a public runner available via GitHub. Yeah, so job is waiting for a hosted runner. Okay, it is saying hosted runner because we might not have updated the label. So what I will do, I will cancel it, go to pet clinic, go to develop, and here we will open the workflow. Okay, everything fine, only maybe one more time I will just create a commit and let's see. Go back to actions, update. Yeah, so now it has started. Okay, meanwhile the other stages are completing. I will show you one thing. Here you can see it is saying download action repository, GitHub is a Sonarqube action. So for example, when we are running analysis in our Jenkins or somewhere else, we have a Sonarqube scanner tool which will be used for performing Sonarqube analysis. Here when we define in our pipeline as uses, under section uses, the repository details, then it will download the action repository and that will be used for running the analysis. Okay, now yeah, build with Maven stage is running now. Once that is completed, then the Sonarqube stage will be starting and let's see what happens. Test cases might be running now. Okay, so build is success. Now Sonarqube scan is running. You can see here Java version is 11 and Sonar scanner tool is 4.7, which might be the latest. I'm not sure, but it seems latest. Okay, it is still in progress only. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Here it provides the information also which quality profile is being used for Java, JSP, CSS, XML. These are the different formats of the files that are present in our repository. That is why these are the specific quality profiles that will be used. Okay, it is showing success. It is showing success. What we will do, we will go back to our Sonarqube, go to home, and here you can see report has been generated. Report has been generated, the project has been created. So if I click on this pet clinic, here it is saying passed. If I click on issues, you can see all the issues occurred in most details, and here you can see change the visibility of constructor to protected. Everything that is like that is in category of like bugs, vulnerabilities, code smell, technical debt and all, it will be coming here. And also basically each like issue is usually assigned to some person, they will fix it, and then it will be, the analysis will be running again to remove all the issues. Okay, now coming to the part here, we can see the issues, everything is fine, but another thing is that is available in Sonarqube is to generate a report in different format like Word format, then CSV format, Excel format, like that. So for that there is a specific plugin available known as CNES plugin. So as I said, since we have installed Docker, Sonarqube through Docker, so we are unable to install any plugin. So I will show you in the case where we can, how to install a plugin from backend in Sonarqube. Yeah. Okay, so before we move to the part where we'll be installing plugins from backend, I want to show you one thing. So we ran one job and it was successful. So if I go to the main repository, here you will find one specific file. If I go to the develop branch, yeah, here you will find one specific file known as sonar-project.properties. If I open it, so you can see some parameters sort of thing. So the thing is, in this specific file you can add as many arguments, different kind of arguments. For example, sonar.branch.name, sonar.java.binary, sonar.project key, like that. So usually two of the most important parameters are sonar.host.url, sonar.login, which is used for token. So those two things we already added as secrets in our pipeline. So rest of the things that we have, we'll be adding in sonar-project.properties file. So here you can see these are the important ones. Okay, sonar.java.binaries, because if this is not added, then it will be giving error. Okay, now coming back to Sonarqube. So for example, yeah, what plugin I wanted to show you is like CNES plugin, which is one of the very interesting plugin. It will help you generate the reports in very like readable format and like very friendly format. So what we can do, we can search it here. It is not going to be installed as of now. Current version is showing 4.1.2. So before you are going to install a plugin from backend, before that always go to Sonarqube plugin matrix. If I search here plugin matrix, this page will come, and if you open the first link, you will find basically a table that shows all the plugins that are available for Sonarqube are compatible in which version with which version of Sonarqube. So here if I search CNES, yeah, Sonarqube CNES report. So since we are having 8.9, the compatible version is 4.1.2. Now how to install it? So what we will do, we will go to our Ubuntu machine. Here you can see if I run the docker command as docker ps to see the container running, we can see Sonarqube container is running. So what we want to do, we want to go inside that container and install the plugin. That is what means when we speak that we need to install a plugin from backend. Okay, so for accessing a container or like going inside a container, this is one of the specific command that we'll be using, which is docker exec -it. Then we can provide the name. So name of the container will be this one, paste it here. Then we have bin/bash. Okay, now let me explain you this command. Docker exec means docker execute, -it means interactive terminal, then we have the name of the container, and then we have where we want to run the commands. Okay, so basically we'll be opening bash terminal of the container. So if I click enter, you can see bash is there. If I run the command as ls, you can see all the folders inside that container. Now we are interested in one specific folder which is known as extensions, so we will go inside that. Okay, again running command ls, three folders are there. We are interested in plugins. As of now you can see there is no plugin installed. So what we will do, we will go to Google, search as CNES plugin. Then we have the first link from GitHub. We will open it. This is the page of CNES plugin specific. So we have this section releases. We will click on it, which will be containing all the different jar files. So as we saw, the compatible version is 4.1.2 and jar is there. So what we will do, we will right click on the jar file, click on copy link address, then go back to Ubuntu machine. We are already inside the container. So there is one command wget, using which you can get any URL when the any authentication is not required. So we have the command wget, then the URL of the jar file. We will click enter. Now it is done. Now again, if I run the command as, okay, it is, yeah, now it is completed. If I run the command as ls, you can see now the plugin is installed. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to restart Sonarqube. So we'll go to Sonarqube now, go to administration, then system. On the right side we have one option, restart server. So we will click on it, and yeah, after any background task that is running, it will be completed, then Sonarqube will be restarted. So maybe we can go and check in background task. Let's see what happens. Sorry about that, I'm having common cold. Yeah, Sonarqube is starting now. So we need to log in, provide the ID password, click enter. Now you can see a plugin has been detected because we have installed it. Basically we have put in backend in the specific folder extension /plugins. Okay, so I will click on understand the risk, and now you can see after administration there is one more section added which is known as more. If I expand it, you can see CNES report. This is the plugin that we installed. Now what was the reason for installing this plugin? Let me show you. Now you can see generate a report is coming. Now we want to generate all the format, and we will click on generate. It will generate the format in zip file. We can extract it then, and then I will show you how pleasantly, how like very proper way it creates the report. So we'll click on show in folder, right click, and we will extract it. Now you can see here there are reports generated in different formats. So let me open the Word format. Yes, it creates a proper document, and you can see this is the document, and as we move forward you will see everything about the issues and the report. It will be here in proper format. You can see if I scroll down more, even charts are there about like number of issues by type, number of issues by severity, all sorts of things is here. That is one of the reasons that Sonarqube is like one of the most preferred application for performing security scan or like code quality check on your source code, because it generates like quite a good report. And Sonarqube is compatible with all sorts of programming languages like Python, CSS, TypeScript, npm, and everything else. Yeah, so in this way you can like generate a report inside Sonarqube, and you can even set it up. So I hope like this video was quite useful to you people. If it is, then please make sure to give it a like, and if you are new on my channel, then please subscribe. So thanks for watching.